Mahalaya Amavasya is an important day in this direction. This is not a question of religion. This culture has deeply invested in this because we saw that our responsibility for a life is not over with the end of the body.
Maybe a miracle will happen. Maybe God will come and do something fantastic right now.
As we have responsibilities towards the living, we have responsibilities towards the dead. Within a limited period of time after death, there is room for impacting the dead. Mahalaya Amavasya is an important day in this direction. If the death is of a certain kind, within a certain limitations of time, there is a way to impact life that is beyond this body. It is a responsibility that everybody should fulfill, that this is not a question of belief, this is not a question of religion, this is about understanding. The accumulation of birth is not the beginning, and this embodiment is not the end. That there are other dimensions to life and there are ways to impact those dimensions. This day, Mahalaya Amavasya, is very significant for that. So that is why this Kala Bhairava Karma and the way of impacting, this culture has deeply invested in this because we saw that our responsibility for a life is not over with the end of the body.
Someone very dear to you is dead. You know he's dead, but your mind starts playing tricks. Maybe he's going to sit up just now. Maybe a miracle will happen. Maybe God will come and do something fantastic right now. It has never happened to anybody, but still mind plays this because of the emotions that we have for that particular person. And that is the same thing is true with the life that is exited from the body. This also believes that still it can get back into the body. If you want to stop the drama, first thing is set fire to the body. 1.5 hours. But those days, because, villages and no doctors to tell you for sure he is dead, somebody put on the funeral pyre and set fire, the guy sits up because he's not yet. These things have happened in the past. So they stretched it to 4 hours so that these mistakes don't happen. But as quickly as possible, body should be taken away. Today you're buying everything from the store and eating, you don't know where it's coming from. So, burial is not a good thing to do now. At that time there's a certain process, and to see that it happens as quickly as possible, always salt and turmeric was put so that quickly it dissipates into the soil. But cremation is a good thing to do because it closes the chapter.
According to Sadhguru, the new moon day, known as the Mahalaya Amavasya, is the beginning of Dasera. It is a special day dedicated to making an offering to express our gratitude to all the previous generations of people who have contributed to our life. Scientists say that human beings and their ancestors have existed on this planet for 20 million years. This is a lot of time. All these hundreds of thousands of generations that lived on this planet before us have given us something or the other. The language that we speak, the way we sit, our clothes, our buildings, almost everything that we know today has come to us from generations before us. Without the generations that came before us, firstly, we would not exist here. Secondly, without their contribution, we would not have all the things that we have today. Mahalaya Amavasya is a day when we express our gratitude to all of them. It is done as a ritual to pay homage to one's dead parents, but is an actual expression of gratitude for those generations of ancestors who lived before us. Kala Bhairava Shanti is a sacred ritual that can be performed after the death of a loved one on any Amavasya night. A special annual Kala Bhairava Shanti is conducted on Mahalaya Amavasya. During this time, in the Indian subcontinent, new crops would have just begun to bear yield. So their first produce is offered to the ancestors as a mark of respect and thankfulness by way of Pinda before the whole population breaks into celebration in the form of other festivals like Navratri, Vijayadashmi and Diwali.
So, Shiva put on the right kind of costume and became called Bhairav to create Bhairavi Yatana for you, to create such phenomenal pain that you have not imagined possible, but just for a moment, so that after that, nothing of the past remains in you. And doing your software, painful, isn't it? But this happens at the moment of death, you have no choice, you can't run, yes? You can't run, but he makes it as brief as possible. Suffering has to end quickly. We must make it super intense, then only it'll end quickly. If it is mild, it goes on and on forever.